So today we are going to be sanding a few of the interior parts, the rough spots, such as this area where I removed the lighting, and that is on both sides. There too. It's not very rough, but I'd like to smoothen that out a little bit. As well as down here on bench, just some really minor texture that I'd like to get rid of before adding paint. I'm not gonna get too picky about it, but a previous repair job like right here, I'll just sort of sand that down a little bit more and make it a little bit more smooth. And then we are going to vacuum everything up and then wash everything down and then let it dry for a couple hours, then paint. So let's just get started. Now that everything is sanded and smooth on the walls, the interior is looking good, I'm just gonna vacuum everything up and get it ready to wash down and then paint. Have gotten a little ahead of myself. One step we're missing is to fill in all the little holes. All the little holes that used to have nails in them that no longer have nails. The little holes that used to be corridors for wiring. All of it. That is no longer applicable to me. I need to fill it up. We're gonna use body filler. Is it the right thing? No. But we're gonna use it. I'm going to be mixing on an old tile that the last owners left with me. We're just gonna smash through this quickly but effectively. It smells so good. Why did they make the can so big if it's actually only half full? What's the reason for that? Why is this brand new can literally half full? Alright, if I don't butcher this too hard, I'll put it in the video, but I've never done this before. Actually, I have done this before many years ago, and I think I probably did a lot more research back then. It's a lot harder. Oh, I'm glad it's windy out here. Last of the holes that need to be filled are these little ones right here and some damage right here that I would like to conceal because the border that I'm going to put around is not going to cover that. So try to conceal that damage. There's other damage that would be nice to make go away, but you can only be so picky, you know? I guess no painting today because all of that needs to cure. I need to sand it. I need to make it all nice. I was really ahead of myself. So let's take the dog on a little mini adventure instead. She loves a little evening stroll. These are the summer nights that I absolutely live for. Just sitting in a field of grass, wheat. I missed the sunset by about 10 minutes, but that's okay. I mean, this is still incredible. Look at these clouds. I love her paw up. Willow, you gotta stop breathing. You gotta stop. All right, so tomorrow, let's actually get some painting done. This is not the right camera to show you this, but we must shame Willow. She can't find her ball, and it is, oh, she steps over it time and time again. It's just bright orange in the middle of the road. She has quite literally stepped over it a few times. German Shepherd, are you embarrassed? I'm a little embarrassed. Go find it. Oh my goodness. Wow. You know, you were supposed to be a cop dog. That's why you didn't make it into cop dog school. Get your ball and go in your house. Good girl. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. Good morning. Okay, so today is painting day. Last night I actually got a couple things done off camera. I went over all these areas that we filled and I sanded them. I made sure that they're nice and smooth and did sort of like a quality control check. And so I'm happy now. And then I very thoroughly vacuumed the whole Boler last night with the shop vac. And then this morning I vacuumed once more just to make sure everything is like really dust free. So I'm feeling good about this. I took out the insert down here and gave this a clean out even though it looks horrible. So I'm gonna paint that. Yeah, let's just get this thing shiny and white and clean and amazing. I'm so excited for today because it is a transformative day. So I will show you guys a little before action here. So before I vacuum for the last time, I'm just gonna go over all of these wiring ends and just cover them in tape, and that way they don't get any paint on them. so nerve-wracking. Did you see my head hit the ceiling? No. Oh my goodness. All right, well, hopefully that comes out. Okay, a couple areas of not so perfectness. Let me show you. I don't want to, oh my gosh. I don't want to go in too much because I don't want to cause any other problems. But look right here. Do you see how carefully I got in and out? I literally vacuumed this. And did this like push out dust from its fan or something? Where the hell did all of this come from? So instead of picking it out while it's wet, I'm just gonna leave it till it dries. It's just the primer. Anyways, can we all agree that it looks so freaking good in here right now? Looking fresh. And I mean, like nothing has happened yet. No new countertop, no new cabinets, but it still looks so good in my opinion. So for now, I'm going to shower off and hopefully try to get the paint off of me. And let's check this out once it dries. All right, so I just spent almost an hour cleaning out that spray gun. Then I realized this is only an hour cure time. So, I mean, it's clean and that's a good thing, but let's take a look. Is it actually cured? Oh yeah, oh, that's good. Is it? Wait, hold on. Please come off. Oh goodness, okay. I'm so happy this is coming off. I was really disappointed about that. Luckily a seal is going on there, but all right, we're very much not cured, which means I'll wait. Oh, I really glooped it on there, uh-oh. Okay, we are back on day 2 of painting. Today will be the final day for the interior. So everything is looking really good. There was a little bit of dust that made its way into the Boler last night. So I just vacuumed everything up and gave it a little wipe down, made sure everything is dust free. And now I can spray the final coat and call the interior walls done. Did it! It looks really good in there. I don't want to be dusty. I'll show you guys once it dries for like half hour. So there is a lot of paint here from previous paint jobs and it looks like crap. However, I don't think it's going to be very easy to just switch this out. It's really in there, you know? The elephant skin is around it. This is original. So I think the move is to maybe paint just this black. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments. Do you think black will make this look a little cleaner if I just use a hand brush or a hand sponge? Let me know. Okay, it's the next day. I'd love to show you the inside of the Boler. So look how clean and good it's looking. I actually added something that I hope will extend the life of these walls. I sprayed an enamel coating, which is for appliances, just in the area that my dog will be touching, and I feel like it'll be extra durable for cleaning off the wall, and any kind of like splatter can just be removed very easily. So fingers crossed that I will be thanking myself in the future. Now, I was facing this dilemma. What do I do next? There are so many things to do still, but sometimes it's really hard to decide what do I do next. So now I've come to a point of deciding that what is next is going to be the floor underneath the bed. Now, this is a very low traffic area, and the only thing that this flooring is going to be used for pretty much is looks and having storage kind of scraping on it as I pull things out from underneath the bed. So it needs to be good. It needs to be sturdy, but it doesn't really need to be that amazing. So I'm going to be using peel and stick tiles for down here. And I'm doing that because it's light. It actually came with the camper. The last person who was renovating was going going to put this all over the place, I think was their intention. So came with the camper, it's light, and it'll work. We're not going to see it very much, so I think it'll be okay. But the first thing I have to do is I have to make this area conducive for peel and stick tile, and right now we've got a variance of textures. We have wood that has bumps and some holes. We have the bottom layer of the previous linoleum flooring that was on here before, which is sort of papery, and I'd like to just cover all of it, cover these sins, and then put some peel and stick on top. So the reason I'm not peeling this up anymore is because on one forum I saw that there's a chance that there might be asbestos in this, and I'm not really interested in messing with this any more than I already have, so I'm just going to cover everything and we're gonna forget about it. Alright, so I'm going to be using my leftover paint, which I used for the walls, and the reason for that is this is a very low traffic area, like I mentioned. All I really want is to saturate this paper area and to sort of just level everything out a little bit before I put the peel and stick down. Am I doing this the perfect by-the-book way? No, not really, but I have this leftover paint. I'd like to use it, and I think it'll do the trick enough. We'll see. So that was my way of using up the last of the paint, and actually I'm really glad I did that because I did use the spray nozzle inside of those storage areas, but I did miss quite a few spots because it's just kind of like not really an important area. So now it's looking slick in there. Check this out. Ooh. So nice. What is this? Brand new from the factory? No. Anyways, okay, here's the floor. It's looking great. I almost feel like I could have just used a very durable paint and left it at that. But anyway, looks fantastic. Gonna let it dry. It'll probably take a full day because you saw how much paint I used. Then we'll probably tile, I guess? Let's see. All right, so now I'm going to be working on these benches slash bed supports. And the owners before me cut a hole in this side, but not this side. And I actually really like this hole. It's really good for accessing any kind of storage that's under there without having to actually lift up the bed and get into it that way. So I hope I do a better job than they did, but before I knock them too much, let's just see how this goes. I have marked out where I'm going to cut, and I'm keeping it the same dimensions as this one. And I'm going to be using a grinder. Cross your fingers for me, and let's put some pants on because I don't want to get hurt. I've never used a grinder before, so I'm not sure what to expect. Is there going to be hot plastic flying around? I don't know. So just to be safe, I'm gonna put on some pants and let's do this. Now I can already hear the comments. She's covering her legs, but not her arms. You guys, it is so hot out. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it all, I guess. Or maybe this won't fling anything at me and I'm just totally overreacting. I have no idea. But we might be risking it. Okay, so last you saw inside the Boler, it looks so heavenly right now, all lit up. I was working on the flooring. I painted this area yesterday. I really laid it on thick and it's fully dry now. You know, of course I caused a mess. Added some texture. I got rid of some texture and I added some texture. So the original plan was tile down here, and as you saw yesterday, I prepared the floor to put some tile on it. However, plans change, baby. I went to the hardware store to get some hardboard for the kitchenette because I have to extend it out a little bit. You'll see in a future episode. But actually, I needed to buy a large piece, and now I have this huge leftover piece. And it is nice, shiny, white, waterproof. Looks great. It will actually cover most of this area here. And I decided, you know what, instead of having peel and stick tiles that I only kind of like, I will just put the big leftover piece of this down here. That way, whenever I have any of my luggage or anything that I'm going to be putting under the bed here that I pull in and out of, it won't get caught on the corners of the peel and stick. So, you know what? We're changing plans as we go. So I guess what I'm gonna do now, cut the piece of wood so that it fits in here. It's not going to go all the way to the edge, unfortunately, but it'll go pretty close. And since the benches will end right here where you see this seam, at least it will cover the high traffic area. And that is certainly good enough for me. So this is an odd shape. There are lots of edges that are curved. So I'm just gonna cut out a drop cloth here in the shape of this area, and then I'll just put that on the piece of wood and cut it out there. So like a little stencil. So it is about 2 p.m. right now, 40 degrees Celsius as we speak. I'm in the shade as much as I can be, but I also would really like to get some stuff done. So the GoPro keeps overheating. I'm going to take some time lapses, and it's just going to be an odd jobs kind of day. Anything I can do to get me one step closer to completing this boiler, even in this heat. So for now, I'm going to mark out the floor. I am going to spray paint the benches, and I don't know what else I'm going to do. Let's see what I can get done in this heat. Next odd job I'm going to be doing today is get this ready for fiberglassing over. So I have a couple boards that are shiny on one side and they're slightly flexible but still quite rigid. So I'm going to cut those and just attach them to the outside because I'd like to have the overlap of fiberglass on the inside for extra strength. Okay, this is looking really, really good. Check this out. From the back, there's no space, no gap. It's nice and flush all the way along there. So I'm surprised with how well this worked the first time. And it is ready for a good patch job. Now, I mentioned before, I think in episode 2, that I have done fiberglass work before once. That was a long time ago. That was about 8 years ago, and it went really well. I think that a large reason it went well was luck. So we're gonna do our best this time as well. The thing is, it's a little bit too hot right now to do this. All right, and the GoPro is so hot I could cook an egg on it. So I'm gonna put it in the freezer. This was an experience. My first cut was pretty good. Not the worst, you know, a little white paint. It's gonna be under the bed, can't see it anyways. Second cut, a little bit more of that sort of chipping of the white layer there. Third cut, what's happening? It just gets worse and worse. Oh my gosh, look at that. Just so bad. And then look at the end. And I swear, I was not getting impatient or anything. I was just trying to be careful and cutting, and it was just getting worse and worse. So I don't really know if I'm going to be using the jigsaw a whole lot more in this project, but I still like to learn from mistakes. So if you guys know why I just did such a bad job, can you please help me and tell me in the comments? Oh my goodness. All right, so forest fire season, I guess, started in a really big way in this region last night. So there are a couple forest fires not too far away, unfortunately, and it's very, very smoky. It's very, very windy. Yesterday was that insane heat wave, and no doubt that that made this a whole lot worse. So today, with taxed breath, I will be putting in the floor that was cut out yesterday. Going to install that. So some screws, and then we can call that part of the project done. So let's just get to it. Not bad. Check it out. All right, so it got so dusty with the smoke and all of the wind, but here it is. Dang, not too shabby. I'm pretty pleased with that. So I'm just gonna vacuum this off so I don't track that smoky dust onto the nice new white walls. And then I'm gonna screw it down. Just screw it, you know? I don't have to say this, I hate forest fires. Nobody loves forest fires. But silver lining is I do love how the sun comes down so red. So pretty. All right, so that was a lot of little odd jobs and tasks to check off the list. I feel really good about that. I am curious, you guys, how did you feel about this longer video? If you made it this far, please let me know if you like half an hour-ish videos or if they're a little long for you. But in any case, thank you so much for joining me. In the next episode, we are going to be fiberglassing and just continuing on, putting along, getting this thing back to tip-top shape. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.